Hey y'all, it's me, Devon Marie. Um, some of you know my story and the events of the past 10 years, my life, period. Some of you think you know my story and my life, but you don't. Even the six or seven people who know me very well, don't know some of the story that I have lived, but that doesn't matter. That's not the point. Um, you know, since my 10-year engagement ended last summer, and really since last November, I've been told repeatedly that God gave me a story, God gave me a testimony, and it was for me to tell. That's why He gave me my story. I don't know. I've had a hard time trying to come to terms with that. Y'all, excuse me, I just woke up. I don't know how to tell my story. I wrote a book. We all know that because I've been running my mouth about it because that's what I do. I talk about things that most people don't even really care about, but it's because I talk a lot, right? But talking like this was never anything I would have even ever considered, but I don't know. The more I think about it and the more I pray about different things, the more I feel like I have to, and I really don't want to. But I'm going to try. We're going to see how this works out. Y'all don't be too judgmental, please. And I promise I won't look like I just woke up because I just woke up most of the time when I do these. But in some of you, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm trying to say. And I make a lot of faces, by the way. Apparently, that's a hereditary thing from both sides of my family. I can't help it. I just do it. I don't even know I'm doing it most of the time. Anyway, this is the message, the first message that I kind of feel like I need to say and get out there. Kind of like a beginning of my journey to healing and becoming a better person, becoming a better me, becoming somebody that I never even knew I could be. I told a friend recently that they were helping me find the girl that I used to be. And they have helped me with that. And I know they didn't even realize that they were helping me with it, but they have. And now I want to take that girl and make her into the woman she should be. But last November, right before Thanksgiving, when I was saying my morning prayers, I was sitting on my couch because, frankly, from about August to November, I had a hard time even getting up off my couch. And I was sitting on my couch praying because I had already come to the realization that it was time to make some changes. And while I was sitting there, the sun literally shone in, like the clouds moved and the sun shone in on me while I was praying through my double doors. It might sound crazy to some, but to me, that was my sign that I had to do something. I still am trying to figure it out, obviously, but that was the sign that I needed to get up and start doing something. That's actually when I first started working on my book, which, for those of you who have been asking, some rewrites have been suggested, so kind of going back to drawing board. But it's coming. I promise it's coming. I promise. I would have, once I actually completed it, or thought I completed it, I would have liked to have already had it out. But that's not the way things are working, and I'm learning divine timing. It's definitely a thing. You have to wait on God. But that morning, I got up, and after I said those prayers, I grew up in a very strict fundamental Baptist church. My granddaddy was also a Pentecostal holiness preacher. So you would think that someone like me would know how to pray. I have a hard time finding the words myself. But I found this channel on YouTube daily effective prayers, and I'll put the excuse me, I'll put the link below. And it's helped me a lot with what to pray every day, how to let go and let God, pray for my children, pray for other people in my life. Pray for my finances, pray for my business, pray for everything. And so that's what I was listening to that morning before Thanksgiving. And it was a prayer. Anybody that knows anything about YouTube, you know about autoplay. And I was listening to a specific prayer, and I was so enveloped in it that I didn't notice that it went to the next prayer. And that was the prayer about putting my story, telling my testimony. So I knew at that moment that that was my first message. Now, I have lots of messages. There's going to be a lot of things I can tell y'all about since last November, December. But right now, this one is mainly about how I get up every day and manage to go through and lay down my burdens and not live my day carrying around those heavy burdens that drag me down, that make me negative, because I can be a very negative person, that have me in constant depression. And there's 3 things I do every morning when I wake up. I pray, I read my Bible, and I start daily affirmations. My kids think my affirmations are crazy. They say, sounds like some hippie crap, but my parents are old hippies, so what do you expect? You can probably actually hear the affirmations in the background right now. And I realize that there may be some people that watch that are not Christians, so praying and reading your Bible might not fit your lifestyle. I'm not here to tell you to become a Christian, not at this moment in time. That's not my message today. But I am here to tell you that you need to find something that helps you lay that burden down every day, that helps you not live in that constant state of depression, fear, anxiety, whatever. Now, I realize there are times when people need medication, when they need therapy. You need any of that stuff, do it. There is no shame in asking for help. In the world we live in, so many people battle this stuff. It should just be a norm. There shouldn't be any question as to why you have to take medication for whatever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about everyday depressions and fears and anxieties that you can control. Quote unquote control. Control is a whole other issue for me that I'm learning how to lay down. I had to lay down a heavy burden the other night, but I know it's not the right time for me and the person that was involved. It's not going to stop us from being friends. It's not going to stop us from crossing paths, because I know what God has for us. But I did have to lay down a burden that I was carrying from that, because I knew that I wouldn't get what I had prayed for if I kept trying to hold on to that burden. So you get up every morning and you live your life like you've been living, and you carry all that weight around. Or you get up and you learn how to lay that burden down. You'll find that it's much easier to go about your day every day. And I know it's not easy. I know it's very difficult. But the thing is practice makes perfect. And if you practice laying that burden down every morning, if you spend just 15 or 20 minutes in your prayer, in your affirmations, in your whatever, to lay that burden down, to remind yourself daily that you have turned it over to God or whoever, then eventually it will become so much of a habit that you don't even think twice about doing it. When it comes up again later at the day, at 4:30 in the afternoon, when you say, oh no, how am I going to pay that bill? Oh yeah, I turned it over to God. I promise you, it works. But that's just me. Bye, y'all.